Okay, once again, I'm basically just going to give my overall thoughts on the movie in this little early bit, and then we're going to have a really big spoiler section. There'll be little breakpoints in between, so if you want to avoid the big spoilers, you know where to go. Alright? Okay. So, my overall grade for the Super Mario Brothers movie is a B. Overall, there's a lot of enjoyable aspects to this. I think the animation is really good, the performances are really good, everything is really solid. The story, for the most part, is really good. But that is also kind of the biggest drawback. This is definitely a movie for very young children. If you're looking for deep Mario lore or anything like that, you're not going to really get it here, unfortunately. And the other side effect of that is that the movie is very quickly paced, I might say, and that leads to some of the characters feeling a little threadbare and underdeveloped. Bowser in particular is somehow both underdeveloped and underutilized and does not really come across as a truly threatening villain at all. And with motivations that are kind of spurious at best. That being said, again, this is a fun movie. It's fine. There's some really good humor in it. Overall, the character interactions are good. And it's a decent enough watch. You're not going to waste a lot of time getting into this. So it's fine for what it is.
We are Nintendo Ultimate TV Game System. Aim your zapper gun. You cannot beat us. Even with your robot partner, you cannot beat us. Discover new worlds. You cannot beat us. We are Nintendo. We challenge warriors. You cannot beat us.
I'm Captain Lou Albano talking to you about drugs. Kids, don't be afraid to say no. Anyone that asks you to use drugs is not your friend. Drugs can and will kill. Remember, don't be afraid to turn to your priest, your rabbi, your minister, your moms, your dads, your teachers, because drugs can kill. And if you do drugs, you go to hell before you die. Please.
Okay, once again, this is the spoiler section. Skip to this part if you wish to avoid it. Alright, so like I said, the Mario Brothers movie is pretty much a straightforward plot. Bowser is on a quest to gain the Invincibility Star, or the Power Star, or the Superstar. I kept calling it Power Star in my notes, so if you hear me refer to it as that, even though they call it Superstar in the movie, that's why. Anyway, he basically invades the Kingdom of the Penguins, which I don't think has a true name of it, right at the beginning of the film. You know, he gets it because the penguins, snow attack basically melts when he breathes fire, so yeah, big shocks, it's not really a valid defense at all. And that, in fact, then leads us to the Mario Brothers, who are in Brooklyn. They have recently quit their jobs working for a demolition company run by the lead character from the Wrecking Crew video game, and have started their own plumbing business with their own little corny commercial that they spent their life savings on. It's also around this point you see them. They're based out of a pizza joint called Giuseppe's, who is run by Charles Martinet, who is the voice of Mario in the video games. He also voices the Mario's father. And yeah, if you're not aware, one of the weird things, the live action movie from 1992, which is, I know it's gotten a lot of critical reassessment in recent years, but was not always very well regarded. Yeah, one of the few things that they made canon is the fact that Mario is the family surname. So their names are Luigi Mario and Mario Mario. So when you hear me calling them the Mario Brothers, they are literally the Mario Brothers. But yeah, they have their own little commercial. The joke is in the commercials they keep playing up these fake Italian accents, which they don't really have anymore. So that explains why the we did not get a lot of the "It's-a me" and "Mamma mia." There's a little bit of "Mamma mia" through it, but other than that, not much of it. Yeah, but they don't really seem to carry a lot of respect. They get their first customer, and because Luigi accidentally breaks a dog's chew toy, the dog seeks vengeance and mucks up their first job, so they don't get any money from it at all. And it just looks, like they've sunk their money and completely blown, like you had a good steady job and you blew it all in this literal pipe dream. of being a plumber. And it seems like, you know, the family is kind of ripping him for it. And unfortunately, again, this is where that whole underdeveloped thing is, because I think they should have gone into this a little bit more. They play Mario off as the protective older brother, and Luigi as the young, usually frightened, you know, the younger, usually more frightened brother. But they don't really play off of it enough. It's just like little bits of it here and there, and then it's like, yeah. So after that, they see a news report about a massive water pipe bursting in Brooklyn, and they said, hey, maybe we can go fix that. And they kind of go into business for themselves. They don't really report to the authorities or anything. They just, you know, Mario is able to track down where this thing started, and as they're trying to release this valve, they get blown through a wall that leads into basically the warp pipe maze, which in turn winds up sucking them into the Mushroom Kingdom. They get separated. Luigi is ferreted off to the Darklands, which is Bowser's realm, and Mario bumps into Toad. Now, because they're all Toads, the main Toad is Keegan-Michael Key. I'm going to call Captain Toad. I don't think he's called that in the credits, but for this I'll make the exception. He bumps into Captain Toad, who takes him to the princess, to the castle, where they know that Bowser already has the superstar and is planning his attack. And so she wants to travel to the Jungle Kingdom to enlist the aid of the Kong army. And as this is happening, Mario shows up and explains what happened with his brother. And she says, well, you can come along, but you're going to have to prove yourself. So he has to go through basically this little makeshift level. And, you know, it takes like a whole night, because one of the funnier subplots in this is that Mario actually does not like eating mushrooms, so when he gets the mushroom power-ups that are hidden throughout everything, he really tries his best to avoid eating them. That being said, of course, there's also fire flowers, there's an ice flower at a later point, there's Tanuki suit, the cat suit, and of course the Mega and Mini mushrooms play into it. So, yeah, he basically does just enough, you know, he doesn't really pass the level, but he managed to show just enough dogged determination that Peach says, okay, you can come along. And so it's Peach, Mario, and Captain Toad leaving to go to the Jungle Kingdom, where Cranky Kong, the ruler of the Kongs, basically says, where also the Kongs all travel around on carts, so that's where you're going to get your Mario Kart references. It basically says, yeah, I don't really want to help you, but Mario steps up, he says, what do I have to do to, face this? He says, fine, you have to face my son Donkey Kong in this battle arena. If you can beat him, we'll lend you the army. And, Mario gets his butt kicked through most of it. They do play the Donkey Kong rap. They didn't play enough of it, but yeah, that was kind of fun. Donkey Kong and Mario, again, the idea is they're kind of the guys who hate each other, but then wind up getting a begrudging respect. But again, they don't quite do enough with that to make it feel like a full story. Like I said, kids were eating this up. I think most of the adults were like, yeah, it's all right. I got, the kid, like I said, little kids seem to really like it. I think older kids are a little, kind of like, it's fun, but I wish there had been more to it. And you're going to get that kind of substance part of that, I think. But yeah, basically, they find out they have to ambush. They're trying to set up an ambush for Bowser, and to do that, they have to take this special secret path, which is Rainbow Road. However, Bowser's already aware of that, and I guess I should probably get into what exactly Bowser's motivations are. He basically wants to conquer the Mushroom Kingdom, and he'll do it either by force or if Peach marries him. And that's really it. And in fact, when he even reveals that he wants to marry Peach, the Koopas are all like, why? Exactly, like, the idea is she rejected him, and it's like, okay. I know the games aren't exactly the greatest in terms of that too. Like, there is a weird, implied, like, does he want to marry her? Is he in love with her? But then later games, they kind of abandon that thread. So, yeah, I just felt like it was a little weird, and to make him constantly needy and, trying to impress Princess Peach in various ways, just really, like I said, did not come across as a great way of utilizing Bowser. And also, if you're wondering why I haven't mentioned Luigi that much up until this point, the plot really doesn't. Like, Luigi crashes in the Darklands. He comes across some dry bones and Shy Guys who take him hostage, take him to Bowser. Bowser tortures him for a bit, throws him in a cage with the penguins and the little blue star from Mario Galaxy, who's just gone into this weird existential void of despair and nihilism, which, you know, is one of the funnier parts of the movie, admittedly. Yeah, how he just keeps boring the prisoners to death with his constant, there is no purpose in life, there is only the joy of death and stuff like that going on. But that's really about it until eventually Mario and Donkey Kong team up to stop Peach and Bowser's wedding, and they begin fighting. Mario frees Luigi, and then in kind of this big process, a massive bullet bill is launched towards the Mushroom Kingdom. Mario is in the Tanuki suit. He uses it to manage to distract it, directs the bullet bill into the warp zone pipe that he came out of, and when the bullet bill crashes into it and explodes, the pipe winds up sucking everyone back into Brooklyn, where the ship crashes and the Power Star, Superstar, sorry, falls out. Everyone kind of leaves Bowser on a bit of a distraction. Mario and Luigi both wind up getting to touch the Power's Superstar. I keep saying Power Star, and I don't know why. And they, you know, get the invincibility and use that to defeat Bowser. Everyone sees it, even Brooklyn. And the brothers elect to move to the Mushroom Kingdom where they feel their abilities are better utilized. And then there's a mid-credit scene because when Bowser is knocked out, they feed him a mini mushroom to shrink him down so they can trap him in a cage. And then the second, and then the end credits, which I actually didn't see, I had to look it up, but there's a Yoshi egg that hatches. It doesn't completely hatch, like it cracks and something's about to come out, but you did see some Yoshis in the background of one of their traveling montages in this, but that's about it. Like I said, if you're looking for a deep, sorry, there's a plane going by, a deep exploration of Mario Brothers lore, yeah, you're not going to find it here. There's like a brief appearance from Baby Mario and Baby Luigi, but that's it. If you're looking to set up something like, you know, Subcon or Wario or anything of that nature, not really. There was a desert level, which I guess maybe you could say was Sarasa Land, but other than that, again, like I said, Luigi, I do like the idea of playing on the notion of Princess Peach not being a damsel in distress and Mario having to work to save Luigi. That's fine, but again, Luigi isn't in it enough to make it really feel that important sometimes. In fact, you know, the interesting parts are Mario and Peach and Toad walking around, Peach getting her backstory and everything. And that's fine. It's just, again, there's, like, those are the interesting parts. The Bowser stuff is just there, and the Bowser part should also be interesting. And that's the main problem I have with this. So I hope that maybe articulates it a little bit better. So yeah, that's why I gave it a B. Like, it's fine. Young kids are really going to like it. Older kids will probably say they like it, but I don't think they're going to like it as much as the younger kids will. So yeah, again, if you're an adult, you'll probably tolerate it when your kids start watching this all the time. So yeah, that's my overall thoughts on the Mario Brothers movie.
Nintendo. It's for breakfast now. Nintendo. It's a cereal. Wow. Nintendo. Super Mario Chunks. Nintendo. In a fruit-flavored crunch. Nintendo. Here's Zelda too. Nintendo. It's very good news. Nintendo. You just can't lose. Nintendo cereal system is a super part of this nutritious breakfast. Nintendo. 2 cereals in 1. Wow.
Yeah. We're getting calls about a wild party over here. Know anything about it? I didn't think so. Which one of you jokers goes by the name Mario?
It's me. Could you step outside, please? Welcome to Mario Party, where you and 3 friends battle it out all night long. With 6 adventure boards and 50 mini-games, this party's just getting going. Mario Party, only on Nintendo 64. But it's me, Mario.
Yeah, tell it to the judge.
Get in or get out.
Okay, so trailer time, and we got a lot of trailers to go through here. We had 8 trailers before the film. Like, this thing was so short, I guess they felt, well, we could just load it up with trailers to make this seem longer. We had Trolls Band Together, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, Ruby Gillman, Teen Kraken, Transformers, Rise of the Beasts, Across the Spider-Verse again, Elemental again, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 again, and I think we've had Little Mermaid once before too, I'm not entirely sure, but we had Little Mermaid to round it off. So, yeah, I guess the newer movies were up there at the top. Obviously, Trolls 3 is what it is. I kind of find it just a little weird that, again, we're revealing that Justin Timberlake's character is in a boy band, and yet I'm fairly certain those are members of the Backstreet Boys. Really? You couldn't have gotten an NSYNC reunion for this? Wouldn't that have made a bit more sense? I mean, those guys probably need work too. Anyway. Yeah, Transformers, yeah, looks pretty good. I mean, I like the fact that they at least have more of the classic Transformers design and not the Bayformers. I know I did my big retrospective on that a few years ago, and wow, that feels like a long, long time ago, doesn't it? What was the other one? Ruby Gillman, Teen Kraken. It looked interesting. The idea that, you know, mythology's got this mixed up, that mermaids are actually quite evil and krakens are actually the noble protectors, and you have a part kraken girl who's trying to live as a human on Earth, but exactly like, you know, gets into a rivalry with a mermaid. I don't know where exactly they're going with that. Phone goes off. I don't know where exactly they're going with that, but yeah. Anyway, and then yeah, that's about. Well, I mean, the others I think I've already talked about. The live-action Little Mermaid. You know, I wasn't really a big fan of Little Mermaid when it came out, mainly because I was, you know, 8 years old and a boy. You know, not exactly the target demographic for it. But, you know, it's like I could come to respect that a little. This one, I don't know what to... I have no problem... Please understand, I am not one of those, you know, bag on Halle Bailey. I'm not saying that, but just the color palette in that movie just looks terrible for some reason. I don't know what it... It's just... All the undersea stuff looks so murky. It doesn't look fun at all. Like, you know, at least when the... you know, the animation one, it looked... The undersea world looked fun. This doesn't. You get what I mean? Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much it. I know this is a lot later than a lot of the other Mario reviews because I believe it technically was screening on Wednesday, but unfortunately, if you didn't watch my WrestleMania recap and review, yeah, we got hit with yet another snowstorm, something that's been happening a lot. Well, this one wasn't as bad. It was anticipated as being very bad, and so a lot of the city was shutting down earlier than usual. So, yeah, I didn't do that. I was house sitting in the middle of the week, so didn't quite get the chance to get to it until today. And even then, it was an evening screening I settled on. And even then, when I finally got in the theater, they were just about to queue up the trailers. So, yeah, it was a jam-packed house. But, yeah. Anyway, the next video is going to be the random trade review on Star Wars Tag and Bank. And then it's going to be for the last 3 episodes of The Mandalorian Season 3. I don't know what the next theatrical release is going to be right now. I thought about seeing The Pope's Exorcist, but... it's been a busy week, and I kind of want to take as much time off as I need to get things done. I'm also trying to set up this thing with WWE 2K23. I'm still in the middle of getting all the creative wrestlers I want to utilize. And yes, I know there's my GM mode, but I'm not really utilizing that. I'm doing something else. So I'll maybe try to explain that a little bit more if I get around to it. See you all next time. Hey guys, remember you can request a movie or a television series for me to review at my Patreon at patreon.com/sleepytime for Cat Productions. Also, remember to like the video, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so that you can be alerted to further videos.